Drafting with Numot is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com. Explore the game.
Green splashing Mulldrifter, pseudo-elemental big fatty deck. On the draw, got a pretty nice hand. I'd say any hand with a turn 1 is... turn 1 Noble Hierarch is pretty decent. Ooh. And we are just ramping out into big stuff, it looks like. I can actually cast Gnarlid Pack turn 2, Scatter the Seeds turn 3. Well, I was going to say I wanted to cast Bestial Menace into Scatter the Seeds, but I guess this will have to do. Let's bash in for 1 here. Might as well. Got that exalted. Looks like the opponent's on the blue-green Graft deck. That deck is very scary if the opponent has a turn 2 Throwing Bird, I will tell you that much. Because if the opponent just goes land, like a Plaxcaster Frogling, attack with Throwing Bird, it's very, very hard for me to deal with. Although it doesn't look like he has one, so that's great news for us. Not playing a creature pre-combat is a really good sign. I think I just want to attack with Gnarlid Pack here for 3. See what the opponent does. I don't need to cast Scatter this turn, and they're holding up a counter spell anyways. And it's a little bit too obvious if I just pass turn, not attacking with the Gnarlid Pack. Alright, Cytoplast Rootkin is a good one for the opponent to have. That's going to let me cast Bestial Menace next turn, though, so not too shabby for us. Without fear of, getting countered or anything. Would have really liked to have drawn a burn spell for that Throwing Bird, but can't win them all, I suppose. Just to note, we are 1 short of casting Scatter here, purely off of Kumdok. But next turn Hellkite Charger should be pretty solid unless the opponent has a Narcolepsy for it or a counter. Even if a Narcolepsy hits the table, that won't be until the opponent's turn, so we'll still get at least 1 hit in. Ooh, another Thrumming Bird, which he's going to graft onto now. Yeah, let the proliferate commence. This is definitely terrifying. I'm pretty sure we have that plummet in the sideboard, so gonna be something that I'm gonna want to sideboard in. Ooh, and a Culling Dais. Okay. Fiery Fall's a decent draw here. In fact, it might even be worth it just to kill the Cytoplast now, but feels like getting Charger out's probably a good sign, or a good thing to do. The only thing that's going to punish me here is a Vapor Snag. I guess Dismember would punish me as well, but I assume the opponent's just going to be taking 6 here. I actually have enough mana to activate the Hellkite Charger's ability next turn, too, so wouldn't be surprised if the opponent has to leave back one of their flyers. Now, they're leaving back the Thrumming Bird. That's a 3/3. So I'm imagining they have some sort of pump, because otherwise I think they would have just attacked with the bigger one. Do I want to attack with all here? I think we do. Although I don't think I use the ability. I think I just hold up Fiery Fall and see what the opponent's gonna do here. Because I'm pretty sure they have some sort of pump trick. Again, they attacked with a small Thrumming Bird as opposed to the big one. Mystic Snake Flashin'. Sure. So we passed that during the draft. We opened that. Alright. Odd. So what I can do here is Fiery Fall the Cytoplast prior to damage. That way, if he wants to save it, he has to move a counter over, but then we're still trading anyways. and he's lost one of his counters off one of his creatures. Because Firefall currently is killing the Cytoplast. If he just lets this resolve, I keep my 3/3. If he opts to move a counter from the Thrumming Bird, which I assume he's going to do, then we still get to kill the Cytoplast, and we've gotten an additional counter off the Thrumming Bird. Okay, so he took off the Mystic Snake, which is going to let me trade with that other Mystic Snake. Sorry, which is going to let me trade with the Wolf. So that's great for me. We're in good shape here. Hellkite Charger definitely proving to be very valuable. It's going to be able to attack next turn, unless the opponent has another way to graft. Because he can attack with his Thrumming Bird as a 1/1, but my Hellkite Charger is going to attack as a 6/6. Alright, so he's just attacking with the big one. Looks like he's opting to chump with that 1/1 Thrumming Bird, but I can just activate the Hellkite Charger's ability now and attack twice with it. Especially since he just played out his land. Now we know he has nothing in his hand. The only thing he can do here is sack a creature and draw something off of Culling Dais. Alright. And the opponent didn't, and they scoop. Hellkite Charger, pretty good card. Looks like the opponent has a really nice blue-green graft deck, though. Let's bring in that Plummet for sure. Oh, actually, Gutshot's a nice one as well. Aquastrand, Spider, and Tribal Flames are also things I do want to bring in. Against this deck, what you want to do is you just want to remove their creatures. I mean, I know that sounds funny and obviously makes sense, but if you're able to kill their Thrumming Bird or their first graft creature, then it's very hard for them to come back. And you've got 3 cards here. I'm probably going to cut 1 Crusher. I might cut Chimeric Mass. These Spitebellows are great. And maybe 1 Scatter. Scatter's it's not very good versus the Graft deck. I mean, you get a bunch of Chumpers, sure, but that's not necessary. And I already still have a ton of top-end cards, so I think we're gonna ship it like this. Yep. Okay, game 2, round 1. We're up a game. We're going to keep this hand. We have turn 2 Plummet for the opponent's Thrumming Bird, or a Gnarlid Pack if they don't do anything. Obviously I need to hit some mountains, but we're on the draw, and I think this is fine to keep. Double green's a great start for us. Tells us the opponent, well, clearly missing blue, but we're just going to have to hit a land next turn. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So the opponent kept a mono green hand. I kept a 2-lander and just didn't draw a land. Alright, what do you got? 2 mana? Hopefully it's just like the Culling Dais. I would snap keep this hand almost every time again. Alright. A little bit unlucky there, but definitely take it. Certainly opting to trade here if the opponent's going to take that. And no 4th land for the opponent. Probably going to mean game's over. Gonna be very hard for the opponent to come back after this. I have Menace next turn. I have removal spells for their first creatures. Just being 1 turn behind here is a huge deal. Yep, Cytoplast is fine. That's just something you snap kill on sight. Alrighty. Had to pay double red there for the evoke cost, if you were wondering why I tapped like that. Play a flyer. Make my day. Play a flyer. Hey! Poor opponent. Okay. So we're going to win next turn, effectively. I'm going to Menace here. I'm going to play Soulbright. And then next turn I'm going to pump into the Soulbright, play the Inner Flame Igniter, and activate it twice. Although, it might be that the opponent just scoops here if they're casting Telling Time. Trample, and the opponent just scoops. Alright. Wasn't dead on board, but was dead with the Inner Flame Igniter activation just once. Alright, so great first round for us, and we'll see you guys back for round 2. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for watching Drafting with Numot. If you haven't already subscribed to Gathering Magic, you can do so to receive news of upcoming videos and discover new content. You can also check out our playlist that contains every episode of Drafting with Numot. And don't forget, you can easily watch the next video by clicking on the annotation on screen or a direct link in the video's description box. And as always, thanks for watching.